images and get into, I'm going to share a property market analysis, deep research exercise that I think will give you a serious competitive edge in going into listing appointments. So I'm going to end with that, but most of this session is about more images, image creation. Some of it might need paid subscription stuff. So your exercises are optional based on what you have, but if you're on this journey, you should be having the paid ChatGPT subscription by now, right? Otherwise, what are you doing? Okay, so first things first. So this is session 8, and just like every session, I do want to point out there's always newbies on the call. They find out about my mastermind and they come in on session 8 as their first session. So just so they keep their sanity, I want to share with you really quickly where you go to find everything I do on AI is realestateaiflash.com. That's the name of the podcast website. If you go to AI Mastermind, you will see all of the sessions are recorded. 7 is here, 8 will show up here this afternoon. And if you click this hamburger menu, all of the sessions are teed up there, and the homework assignments for each session are right here. And if you want to register for future sessions, if you register for one, you get the invite for all. But if you need to share this invite with others, send them here and they can register. There's a newsletter I got podcast links, YouTube channels. So that's where you want to go for all things Mastermind. And if you're interested in kind of keeping track of, I'm working fast and furious in the Real Estate AI Academy. It's coming in July, folks. Finally, it's going to arrive. And those of you that are on the mastermind will get an early view into it, maybe a discount code of sorts. More to come. You can join the waitlist there. Join now on Instagram. There's a broadcast channel with close to 1,000 people on there where I drop AI tips, all things AI. So playbook, you're aware. Academy is up here. So just wanted to share that with those that just need a refresher or need to know. Okay. Here's my trivia question for all of you before I get into our exercise. So it's session 8. We've got videos for the first 7 sessions. Yesterday, it occurred to me that I wanted to find out, did I cover this one topic on any of my masterminds? And I want to ask the audience, what would be the best way to find out if I covered any of that, a specific topic on any of the masterminds? Jim Adams nails it, Notebook LM. So I just want to have you refresh. And it's not like I did not build that Notebook LM. I do want to show that to you because it is probably one of my favorite tools to dissect information. And I simply went to Notebook LM, and there's my AI Mastermind series. If I click it, you will see sources. Look, I just added all the 7 videos and I simply chatted with it. And boom, it just comes out with the answer. No, you didn't talk about that, Rajiv. I don't have that in the sources. Voila, right? I mean, that is a great way to learn. And I like that Jim Adams from Tucson, Arizona with Long Realty is on the ball today. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I have 4 things we want to cover today. Hopefully I'm going to get to the 4th. First things first is, and all the exercises are in the Google Doc that's going to show up on the exercise homework area right after this. But the first thing I want to start with is headshots, okay? And if you're keeping track of the podcast, which is your go-to podcast now, Real Estate AI Flash, if I can actually open that, that would be good. Oh, I'm stopped the share. I want to show you, if you need a new headshot, and this is, you got to pay to get headshots, but you will see the power of AI headshots, okay? I want to walk you through this. So the company is instaheadshots.com, and I didn't time it this way, but it worked out. Like yesterday morning's episode on Real Estate AI Flash is the co-founder of Insta Headshots. So that's your homework assignment to listen to that episode if you already haven't listened to it. So create a new Photoshop. So the idea here is all of us need good headshots. And to try to get multiple headshots in different clothing, look and feel, like close up, standing shots, it's a journey. It's time consuming, money. So if you're looking for a new headshot and you feel like, and I've looked at some of our headshots, they're like aged, like, they're all in their 20s, right? No, I'm kidding. But most real estate agents' headshots, needs to be updated. So if you need a new headshot, you need to go, and I want to show you my finished product here, but this is the process. You would want to go here to complete now. Start the process under Insta Headshots. You need to create an account, pick a package. I did the $50 one months ago, and it gives you some guidance on what pictures to pick. I have glasses, so I wanted to get a picture with glasses, so it wouldn't make sense for me to give 8 pictures with glasses and 2 with no glasses. So as an example, I'm not going to do it again, but I want to walk you through the process here. Upload pictures from your computer. So I'm going to go ahead and pick my 10 pictures. I have a goofy one just to show you that you should not do that. So I've added 11 here. And if you were going to do this, you should do more than 10. And the co-founder confirmed it. More pictures, more training, better the output. And some of you might say, I don't have 10 shots of my solo pictures. Look, you have a phone and have somebody take some shots. Boom, 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 you're done, right? Okay. And what you can also do is you can crop pictures. Like I have a picture here. I want to show you this just to show you what not to do, okay? I think you get a kick out of this. When I was in India last time I went, I got a picture of, if you know Indian festivals, one of the most popular festivals in India is Holi, which is the festival of colors. So you just spray a lot of stuff on yourself. That would not be a good picture. It's a great picture, by the way. Would not be a good picture for Insta headshots, okay? Because it's gonna get confused with the paint on my face, okay? So you get the idea. All right. So that would not be a good picture. I thought you'd get a kick out of that. All right. So I would remove that picture from here. Okay. I got 10 pretty decent ones. And you'll see the requirements here. Don't do like emojis. Don't have other people in the pictures. And click next. Here's where you would pick the package. Okay. And select any 10 styles. And these styles are really for some themes, but you'll get a variety of them, okay? So here, you look at this, right? So for example, if I pick this package, I can, and I want a couple of styles. I want to say cubicle office as a style. And then I want to say maybe, not a classroom, but there's also a outdoor one that I thought golden hour if you wanted that. And the only difference between pricing here is if you go 59, you get 5 styles. 49 is 2 styles. So let's just say I pick that for interest of time. Pay to create headshots, and boom, 15 minutes later, you will have what I'm going to show you. Okay, so I already done this here, right here. See this 28th October? Look, I don't talk about anything that I don't do myself. All right, so here's some shots it's given me. And, at the time that, look at this shot, little sort of lean against the wall. Some are close-up shots. Look at the clothing, by the way. Some of them are very close to who I am. Some of them are just not. And the more pictures you give it, the better the output. So you could select the ones you like. That's a pretty good one that I didn't repurpose myself. So you can select the ones you like. And let's just say I pick one of these. Let me just go to the one that this one. Let's say I pick this. And when you download it, it's probably a good one for 200K resolution, but you'll see something at the top, upscale. So the ones you like, you'd want to upscale and pay the extra $5 to get a really good headshot. You wouldn't do this for all of them, clearly. You'll do it for 2 or 3. And I've done that for 2 or 3. And boom, you get that in a few minutes. And within 15 minutes, folks, you have really, really good headshots. Okay? That is topic number 1, is Insta headshots. Okay? All right, let me exit that. The next one now, again, it's all imagery and AI, so it's relevant to our conversation. So topic number 2 is I want to share my ChatGPT screen here. We're gonna, if you have you ever found yourself in a rush to create a simple social post? Maybe you're going to an open house, or on a Friday night you realize, oh crap, I did not post anything. And you're on your phone, and I want to show you the capabilities that are possible. I'm not suggesting this is what you do every single time, but you should know the capabilities of what's possible. So what I'm going to do is I want to create an open house Instagram post for my listing. And obviously, if it's your listing or if you're sitting somebody's open house, you have, I'm going to add a photo here of a listing that I got from yesterday. There's the picture. Let me click on the picture. Pretty nice listing of one of our agents. I grabbed it from, I'm sure Jim's not going to be upset if I'm promoting his listing anyway. So there's the image, right? And I'm going to simply paste the following prompt, okay? Um, and it's actually a pretty expensive market area. So here's what I posted, okay? For this home with the details below, create a Instagram social graphic that is inviting for clients to visit the open house. It's actually a live open house. That's actually the address of the listing on June 21, upcoming Saturday or Sunday, 12 to 4, home picture on the top, mention home picture on the top and open house details below it. So let's just run it and I want you to see what comes up. Okay. And I've already done this, but I feel like you need to see what comes up. Again, this is about image creation, and there's already a Q&A. Feel free to post stuff in the Q&A, by the way. If I have time, I will get to it for sure. Okay, so as that is coming up, one of the things we did not specify is color schemes, if you will. And I'm going to show that as a enhancement to this image, one. And let it finish. Let's see what it comes up with. Because no two images are alike. You could run it again and it'll come up with something completely different. Um, and it is getting started. So let's give it give it a few seconds here. It's going to come up. Let's see how loaded ChatGPT is today. The one thing you can't avoid is experimentation and knowing what works and what doesn't. I can help you a little bit with it, but there's going to be your own journey is your own journey. All right. Okay. So it's writing it here. Okay. So let's see what it comes up with. And it's working it. Okay. And the beauty of creating images in ChatGPT, one of the beauties is you give it the prompt, go get a cup of coffee and come back and it's done. It's not like you're sitting there building the image, right? That's the one of the benefits, and you'll see more of that benefit as we go on, especially when I get to one of the end things. All right, look at this. I'm quite impressed with what it has done at the top. Maintain the picture of the house, which I asked it to do. Look at that, open house. Okay, so let's just say I kind of like this, but I don't like the reddish, brownish color it's used. I could then simply say, um, a good start. Um, please change the background of the text to hex code. If you're not familiar with hex codes, every brand has hex codes, and I'm going to use the default one that I'm like very familiar with is the Cabernet hex code. I believe that's the one. Let's see what it does now. Should change it if unless I screwed up on the hex code. Two other things, or you can just call the color out, and it will do it. And so you can tweak that, you can tweak the fonts, and things of that nature. And so that is a good one for you guys to start to think about. It's not just creating it from scratch, which was last class we did. This one's creating it from images you give it. Now, I've not had success yet. Again, by the time we get to the end of our mastermind, we may be able to. Uploading the picture of the agent and the home and details to make one. It's coming, okay? I wouldn't be shocked if that happens pretty quickly. It seems to transform the picture of the person to a little bit different than the actual picture. So I would not necessarily recommend that. Okay, it's going to finish up. And as it's doing it, I want to kind of get into my second exercise for the day. And that is, many of you use Canva. And for this specific exercise, you need the paid version of Canva. And what I'm going to show you here is leveraging ChatGPT to create, I picked home improvement as an idea, okay? I want to create 30 Canva posts in less than 5 minutes. Not the same posts, but different topics on a idea, and I'm going to call it home improvement, okay? So what we're going to do, as this is sort of doing it, is I'm going to actually go to okay, look at that. Okay, so that's yeah, I think it did it. Yeah, I think maybe I'm missing the code there, but you get the idea. You can change color schemes. I should have probably gone with white so you can see the radical difference it would do, but you get the idea. Okay, so let me just go to Canva, okay, and walk you through the workflow here, okay? The idea I want to do is, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to post every day or every other day a home improvement idea that add value to, and my audience is homeowners. And the idea, I picked a nice little template. So your work is you got to find the template in Canva, build it, and kind of branded it. Look at that. Hopefully, it's not an AI picture, it's a real picture. Put my company branding, whatever, right? So my goal is use ChatGPT to come up with the 30 ideas, import it into Canva, and get 30 graphics that look like that with a different headline and a different subheading. That's the project, okay? Once you get wind of this, you can literally do this in less than 5 minutes, and hopefully it'll take me 5 minutes to show you how to do this. Okay, so let's go start a new chat. And the prompt I want to give it, again, you can do a pretty extensive prompt, but here's what I'm going to do with the prompt, okay? I have it written. So you're an experienced real estate property market. Create 30 ideas for home improvement that increase the value of one's home. Each of the 30 ideas should include a headline under 4 words and a subheading in 4 to 6 words, followed by a colon here, and I'll tell you why all this. Why 4 words? Because I want this heading not to be too long here when I import it, and subheading a little bit longer, but not too long. Okay, that's the purpose of it, right? Okay, so I'm going to say go, and it's going to basically give me, here are 30 concise. See this? Fresh paint inside. It fits. And why colon, and you'll see why here shortly. But, and I want these 30 to help me. So I'm using AI and images to bulk import into Canva and create 30 in one shot. And it's saying, do you want to download it in a CSV column? And here's what I'm going to say. Yes, but can you create a CSV that has 2 columns? Column 1 should have the headline and column 2 should have the subheading. Boom. Okay. And it's going to create the CSV. And then what we're going to do, as that is doing it, and I've already downloaded the file because I always test everything I show you guys, right? So there's my CSV. I'm going to click it. It's downloaded, right? Now I go to Canva, home improvement right here. Okay. So you need to have the Canva Pro version to do this. You can't do this in the free. So just, if you don't have the Pro, I'm not suggesting you purchase it, but you need to know the capabilities of what's possible if you have the paid version. Just something to keep in mind. So you can skip this exercise if you don't have that. But under apps, you'd want to look for bulk create, I believe. There's that. You got to add that to your arsenal here, and it comes up right here. Now it's saying, what do you want to do with this template? I'm going to say, I'm going to upload data, and I'm going to go pick that CSV, find it, home improvement ideas, CSV. It's picked it. And now it's saying, okay, what do you want to do? And you see here, headline, subheading, and simply going to click on the headline, and I want to say connect data. And headline, let me actually disconnect data. So because I've done this before, it sort of knows what I'm trying to do here. So I'm going to, okay. So when you come in, this is where you're going to come, okay? uploaded it, and I'm going to click on headline here. And it's saying, do you want to connect data? I said, yes. I want to connect the headline from my file. Boom. Subheading from my file. Boom. And now it's connected. I want to say continue. And look, here are all my 30 things that we got. And I'm going to say generate 30 designs. And what it just did is, let's click it. Okay, let me go back out to my home. Then it just does it in a view and folder. See up top here, one design, create and save to project, view and folder. So when you go to that folder, you will see, voila, that's post number 1. Post number 2, see, look at this, headline, subheading, headline, subheading, and I got 30 posts. Tell me how long this would have taken you. And I literally did it less than 5 minutes, and I'm actually teaching it while I'm doing this. Once you get used to this, this is a good feature to know. So getting the AI to give you ideas, export CSV, import into Canva, and you got 30 posts. You can download them, schedule them, and there are your social posts for a month in less than 5 minutes. Now, you can get more sophisticated, but again, this is all about images, AI. Thought it was a very valuable thing for me to kind of get into. Okay. Andrew Mensch, yes, you can ask GS for the hex code. I may have missed a 0 in the hex code actually, but okay. Topic number 2, we've done. So we've done Insta headshots. We've done the Instagram social graphic. We've done the bulk import. And I'm probably the most excited about this, that I just sent it to our internal folks this morning. I want to show you this hot off the presses. And I'm going to go to ChatGPT. In session 2, we did something, and I introduced you to, let me go up top. I got too many things open. I introduced you to the listing appointments wizard. Nothing new. You know it. You've used it in one of the homework assignments if you've been keeping up. But when I click on this, I've made an edit to this that I think is going to add that much more value. So I want to show you that and show you the output. Okay, start the chat. And just like most GPTs, I'm going to say, what does this GPT do? And it's going to tell me, hey, I'm going to write all this stuff. What does, I should say, what does this GPT do? It gave me a general definition. I missed the this. Okay, is designed specifically for real estate agents to help you win listings. And this is not new. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is not new. 7 is new. So one of the things you do as a listing agent going into a listing appointment is get to know everything about that home. And where do you go? Public record, MLS. You scour the web and you go to different county records. So 7 is giving you your time back and helping you learn more about the listing, even before you walk in, than the seller who's living in that home. And I want to show you this live, and I'll show you the output of this, and you will be hopefully incorporated. And this is part of the homework assignment. So just kind of follow along. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give my standard, hey, here are the listing details. I'm walking into a appointment. I want to learn more about this house. And I know basic information, right? You know all this stuff. Okay, so it's going to go ahead and generate a bunch of stuff. I'm going to ignore 1 through 6 because you've done this in exercise session 2. But I'm going to go to what it's going to generate at number 7 on this, because this appointment wizard has been updated, right? It's doing all this stuff, luxury tone. Oh, look at that. It's including some imagery with the stuff now. Stuff changes constantly. Instagram captions, okay, nothing new here. Let it go. And as it's doing that, screen not being shared. That would not be good. Thank you for the text. This is what happens when you don't have a co-host. Okay, here's what we do. Okay, you didn't miss much, okay, because I just went and looked for the listing appointments wizard under GPT. Right here, listing appointments wizard, start chat. That's what we did. And I simply went in and added the listing piece. Was part of session 2, so you didn't miss anything here, except now it's going to generate your 30-day plan, which you knew already. Once it finishes, it's going to now give you property analysis prompt. And here's what it is. Look at this. This is even designed to have you simply click the copy button and take the whole thing out. And it's designed, let's study this prompt a little bit, okay? Conduct a comprehensive property market analysis. And we're going to do this live, so you'll see it. For 117 Hanover Avenue, which is my default, obviously, if you put in 121, some other address, this is going to be updated automatically. So you simply copy it and provide a detailed profile of the property, full ownership and transaction history, past MLS listings, tax assessment, parcel details, liens. Folks, I showed this to a few agents and they said this is about 2 hours of work that you will get in 5 minutes if you use this GPT and this prompt, deep research prompt. Plus, one agent, one of our top agents that I showed it to said, Rajiv, I would not even have thought of doing this because I didn't know where to start. Now this AI makes it snap. Okay. Offer an expert level neighborhood analysis, trends for the immediate area and broader North Wales market. And if you know what you're doing, once you get comfortable, you can add other things to this. But for the purposes and the interest of time, I'm going to simply copy. You can go to new chat, research, and do this in ChatGPT. And I've already done this because it takes about 5 to 7 minutes to run. So I want to take the time to show you the output versus watching it do it, okay? But you would simply click research and paste the whole prompt there. And you can remove that piece. I don't think it doesn't get confused with it, but that's the prompt. You don't have to change anything, right? You would do that and kick it off. But I've already done that. And I'm going to show you that here, search chat. And I'm going to say Hanover, because that's the same house I ran it on. And if I can find it, that would be good. Okay, so let me just kind of keep scrolling on the chat. Sometimes the chat, there's a 117 Hanover market analysis. Okay, this is the Chat GPT version. I quite like the Gemini version on this, but it's just a preference. And in your homework assignment, which I will review here shortly, both these reports are included so you can see what it produces. This is Chat GPT now. Ownership and transaction history. Can you do this by yourself? The answer is yes. Will it take you more than 5 minutes? Heck yeah. Okay, so this is about collapsing time with AI. So ownership and transaction history, past MLS listings and conditions, parcel details, tax assessment history. Again, it's going to sources. You got a human in the loop always, check sources, all that. Permits, renovations, and zoning, liens and legal issues, neighborhood analysis, where this house is, home values, inventory, supply, blah, 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 blah. Schools, education, crime, safety, walkability. Now, what is this report intended to do? To make you know the listing better than the seller. No, you're the property market expert and you're getting information that will take you a couple of hours to put together. And in some cases, you're not even doing some of this stuff because you don't know where to start. And that's what deep research. Look at this, positioning, framing the home's unique value for conversations with the seller. Great information, okay? And you can simply, this is not meant to be presented to the seller, really. It's really to educate the agent. Download PDF, or you can share the link. Let me also show you the Gemini version of this because I was quite impressed with what Gemini did on this. So that's why you typically go, I focus on one tool, but you look at what Gemini did. It did a probably slightly better job, but again, it depends on the project, right? So core property details, property data summary, ownership and transaction history. When was it? 1995. This is all parcel number. Look, Gemini quotes all the sources. You went to the property records, ownership and transaction history. If you just eyeball this report, walk into the presentation, think of how powerful your listing appointment would be, that you go in with that 30-day marketing plan, all the stuff that GPT allows you to do. So I scroll down, zoning, designated permission uses, street level visual neighborhood and market analysis, real estate market trends, which the other one did too. I like the table form, comparable sales. Look at this. And you can broaden the sales. Like you'll see that in the prompt. I just said surrounding North Wales area. You can go really granular. New construction that's happening, community amenities, what's going on here, school district. It took probably 5 minutes for this thing to run. And you are a property marketing machine. If you were to go there, buyer migration patterns, look at this. It's giving you migration. What's going on? Buyer migration. So again, it's empowering you to win listings and take your listing presentations to the next level. Just like as I say, AI doesn't change your game, it lifts your game. And this is an example of how you can leverage a property marketing report. And hopefully this will become part of your listing appointment routine prior to going to conclusion recommendations and create, boom, you can create, export it to Google Docs. And look at here, all the sources it went through. Montgomery County PA.gov, Recorder of Deeds, Redfin, Zillow, North Wales Borough, that's where the property is. So it is a very powerful engine, folks, for you to do a property marketing analysis powered by deep research. You could leverage ChatGPT deep research or Gemini because Gemini also gives it to you in the free version. And I thought that would be a powerful test for all of you to kind of go do if you've not done a property analysis report. And if you need one, do it on your own house, if that's applicable, right? So that, I think, covers what we wanted to do. You could download those results and have a conversation. Yes, Brian, all of that applicable. Johanna, so here's the best part. Once you get the prompt, which let me just share the screen here, and show you your assignment, and you'll get all of the things I talk about. So here are all the assignments. The other things that we've covered are pretty straightforward. The final one, find, ChatGPT, when we started the journey, called it Explore GPTs. Now they just call it GPTs on the left menu. So it's GPTs on the left menu. Search for my name, find the listing appointments wizard, take an active listing or your own example, whatever. Look for the seventh output, ready to copy, markdown format. That's just the terminology. Like if I were to go to that chat, I want to just kind of walk you through this again. GPTs for real estate. Is that what it was? Probably. Yeah. This format is called markdown format in AI. And the reason it's markdown is one of the benefits is I can give you this copy and it's part of the instructions in the custom GPT to generate. So you don't have to drag and copy with like typical copy. You just click the copy, boom, copied. And then now you open a new window and start it. So this prompt also in the homework, you should do it the way I showed you, but I have also included a link so you can go to this link and see the prompt and save it for rinse and repeat use. Now, can you build, this is where I think Nicole was going, or we're going to go in the next session, we're going to start getting into building custom GPTs. Is there a framework for doing a custom GPT for doing this type of research? Probably. But we're going to get into what you can and cannot do at the time of our session, July 3rd, with custom GPTs. But here's the prompt, and you can obviously tweak it, but it's pretty much at the 1 yard line ready for a tush push in it. Okay, let me stop the share. Can we get a copy of this webinar? John Valdez, if you paid attention to my first 5 minutes, you've gotten, the recording will be on the podcast site under Mastermind. And for the 2 minutes that we lost the screen recording because I didn't share it, it's all in there, and go from there as well. So hopefully in my homework assignment, the prompt is there. All the steps are there for you to run through it. And I want you to, if you have any questions on anything we've covered, I would love for you to just sort of email me if you have questions, and I'll get to it when I can. Maria, thank you. And hopefully this was valuable. We are at session 8. We're at the meat of the program, folks. Look at this, right? The next 2 sessions, we're going to focus on ChatGPT projects. If you didn't know, don't worry. We're going to start with that in July 8th. Sharon, thank you. And July 3rd, I'm sorry. Next one is July 3rd and July 17th. There are the 2 sessions in July. And what we're going to do is focus. Now we're going to move away from images for a little bit and then um, go to ChatGPT projects, building custom GPTs. That's the focus for July. Because if you are starting ChatGPT, no worries, Julia. It's going to be all on the podcast site. Okay. Go there, click AI Mastermind. The homework will be there, and this recording will be there sometime this afternoon. Thank you, Regina, for filling in as my co-host. There it is. That's the site. Um, Thank you, Chantel. So, as we move forward, here's a thought I want to leave you with. As we move to July, if you're using ChatGPT, um, Amy, you should listen to the podcast episode as the homework assignment for your question because I asked the founder that question. Anyway, I'm not going to give you the answer. You should listen to the podcast. So, as you move forward, if you start your day with AI starting a new chat, that is a place you should start. But if you're not doing custom chats, your productivity is not going up the level that you want it to go up. And that's where we're going to spend July and as we go into August. Okay. I use deep research, Vidya. So on that note, we're 6 minutes early. Early is always good. Session 8 is done and dusted, folks. And I want to go to the questions now for the next 5 minutes. Okay, the first question is it a good idea to change headshot, the one which has become people recognize you over a period? Like, I don't understand that question, but is in the App Store? No, it's instaheadshots.com. It's in the homework assignment. Instaheadshots.com. What do you like most? Oh, Shani, that's your. All right. Two people said your screen is not being shared. Thank you for the text, but the recording is done, so you should watch the recording for those 2 minutes if you need to. Shani Dixon, listing GPT, it's in. All the questions you're in the Q&A are in the homework assignment, folks. If you follow that step by step, you're good. I think we're good. And thank you for session 8. The crowd is sort of thinning a little bit. We're still at like 400 plus. It's thinning, but by the time you get to session 20, you will be in the top 1% of agents in the country. I look forward to that journey with all of you, and take care, everybody. Have a great day.